So we're taking a look at this video where this girl basically goes on TikTok and bad mouths her dad, just mops the floor with her dad for some apparent reason. What I want you guys to examine from this video is this woman. This is the result of having a radical feminist mother. And it's become so obvious to me that I could pick them out of a crowd. I promise you. I could literally tell by looking at them, like, whether they have this broken brain mentality. So let's just play the video, take a look so you guys have more context.
Trauma dumping, trauma dumping. Look, actually, I do feel better after dumping some of my own trauma in the monologue. I'm obsessed with this new trend. It's just fascinating psychologically what people are doing on the internet. But let me get right to the story because this was trending all over X this weekend and people were divided on whether or not this was the right thing for a parent to do. So let me back up and tell you what happened. So there's a young woman. Her name is Maddie. She is 24 years old and she decided to go on to, yep, you guessed it, TikTok, to dump some trauma about her childhood. Now, to be clear, Maddie's got millions of followers on TikTok, and this video went viral. It got tons of views. Let's take a listen to what Maddie had to say.
What's a piece of trauma that you have that's funny? It has to actually be funny. I'll go first.
Look at her.
My dad abandoned my family when I was 5 years old. That is a wife and 4 kids. He abandoned us and then pursued amateur breakdancing. And he got really good.
You can tell by the way she's talking.
He became like a D-list celebrity status, like viral breakdancer. He became like the oldest actively competing breakdancer in the world. Then he got a Good Morning America and talk shows. And
oh my God, man. Ugh. You can tell just by the way she talks and acts that she's been brainwashed, completely brainwashed. Like, let me show you guys something. I'm gonna stop the recording now until I get it ready. This is what I wanted to show you guys. I want to thank this dude for letting me use this video. I want to thank Candace Owens for using her video. But this is what I want to show you guys. Does this woman here remind you of anybody at all? Let's take a look.
It's gotta be the worst marketing I've ever seen for a movie. I mean, the new Snow White actress is literally walking around interview to interview just bashing Snow White.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story.
Like,
the guy who literally started.
Just look at them. The faces they make. Like, if you put the black hair on her, you could literally just switch them out. They're interchangeable people. Both their brains are broken and they sound the same, they talk the same. You could tell they had radical feminist mothers. Like, it's disgusting.
Boxer. Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
If I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. The reality is that the cartoon was made 85 years ago. It's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power. She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
Doesn't this just seem like such a fun
Yeah,
movie?
she seems great, don't she? Like, come on, man. This has got to stop, you guys. I don't understand. Now let's continue so you guys see on this video so that you guys can see how similar these two women are. These radical feminists.
And he did all these interviews, and he danced with Paula Abdul. And here, I'll show you.
They're the same person.
60-year-old breakdancer. Yes, 60 years old. Amazing. That's Ben Hart. He's competing at a breakdancing competition in Philadelphia, and he may not have won, but I tell you what, he is winning over a lot of people on the internet. Yes. He really is. Yep. He's winning over a lot of people.
They're the same person, man. Their mannerisms,
Pay my medical bills.
the way they talk. She said her dad didn't pay her medical bills. We're gonna watch when her dad gets on the internet and exposes her.
The worst part, damn it, he's good.
They're the same person, I promise you.
Like that, it's like impossible. It's beautiful. Hey, Dad. Like, there was no split custody or anything. Like, he just, like, left 4 kids to do that. He may not have paid for some of my medical bills growing up, but he did give me this breakdancing merchandise. So that's him. He's on his head. Benihana is his b-boy name because his name is Ben Hart. You know, I'll get texts like this, happy birthday, ? And then, like, links to his breakdancing videos. So if you have funny trauma, like actual funny haha trauma, I need to hear it. Thank you.
Ooh. Just ooh. Like,
right, Matt,
and I'm not,
foremost, I'm gonna say
I
that
promise
video.
you guys, I'm not alone. I am not alone feeling like this. This is modern women. Like, I promise you some of these, like, they're repulsive to most men. Like, they both sound like whiny ass men is what they sound like. Flower boy men. Anyway, let's keep it pushing.
It is very entertaining. It's a very good production, and she seems like she's remarkably positive. But don't let that distract you from the fact that actually what she's doing is quite sinister. She's not concealing her dad's name. She's telling you exactly what his real name is and also what his name is on all of these shows. Yeah, like when he breakdances, he goes by Benihana. Here's his actual name, Ben Hart. So she knew with the following that she has on TikTok that people would descend on her father and that they would tell him that he was trash, essentially, right? Like, oh,
and this girl,
the line there is very clear that she's
with
telling you.
zero production, talking into her phone, has millions of followers on TikTok. Like, but people like me can get on here and tell you guys the truth, and our videos get suppressed and don't go anywhere.
This is a guy who left his 4 kids and his wife to go pursue dancing, right? Break dancing. He sounds like a total freaking loser, and it's even worse to think that he achieved some fame and was on Good Morning America while he left these children, these poor children. And then she tells you that, obviously, this little tidbit.
And this isn't
even pay her medical bill.
This isn't uncommon, you guys. Like, women often have the kids, make it impossible for the father damn near to be a father, and talk shit the whole time about how shitty of a father he is. You know, and it's all too common.
And that is how you trauma dump successfully, right? Because you're pretending that, like, oh, this is all funny, but you know dad's gonna get it. And dad did in fact get it. And dad didn't just take it sitting down, apparently. I think the reason that Maddie, by the way, is so entertaining is because, well, she may have genetically received those traits from her dad. He's pretty entertaining too. Listen to what he had to say in the response.
Okay, I wake up at 6 a.m. to do some work. I get my coffee, I sit down, I open my computer, and what am I greeted with? Well, hundreds of comments calling me a deadbeat dad, a child abandoner, and all manner of other insults. So I think, what's this all about? Well, after a few minutes of investigation, I discover that my daughter, Maddie, has made a video about me. She's a screenwriter in Hollywood. She's also a big social media influencer with millions of followers. Now, about...
Of course she's a screenwriter in Hollywood.
That's just not correct.
Jeez.
Here was the financial arrangement of the divorce. Maddie's mom, my ex-wife, got $2 million at the get-go, out of the gate, a lump sum payment.
Which is disgusting.
I was paying her $18,000 per month in child support.
You've got to be joking me, man.
This was later reduced to $12,000 per month. And of course I paid health insurance and out-of-pocket medical costs. I also put $600,000 into the kids' college fund. In all, I paid out about $5 million to my ex-wife to cover costs for her and the kids. And this is in 2005 dollars.
Bro.
So add 50% to account for inflation.
And you guys wonder, people wonder why men don't want to get married.
Family for breakdancing. I have a career. I'm in the advertising business. Built an ad agency. That's how I was able to afford to pay Maddie's mom $5 million. Maddie's mom and I separated in 2004 and divorced in 2005. I took up breakdancing entirely by accident in 2012 as a way to get in shape at the age of 54. But the more I watch the video, the more I like it. And her video certainly is true from her perspective, even though a few details are off. No doubt because of what she heard from her mom. And I do think it's a great storyline that a 54-year-old dude left his family to pursue breakdancing, even if not quite true, factually. But perhaps it speaks to a bigger truth, a truth that is really truer than the actual facts of the matter. This could be a very funny movie plot. So maybe Maddie will make this movie about her 66-year-old breakdancing dad. I love you, Maddie. You are very creative and talented. Keep doing exactly what you're doing.
He must like them Bitcoin shirts.
So let me tell you why I absolutely love this response, and I do want to give some credence to the
So,
claim and
all
my
right,
colleagues have actually
give me
made
another
this claim.
second, you guys. I'm gonna show you, like his actual response now.
Home videos in this video, and it's a 30-minute video, so we're really going to try to condense it for you so that you get the point. But take a look / listen.
Okay, so let's roll tape to see what childhood was actually like for my kids. And let's see how my relationship was with the kids even after the divorce. We have with us here Maddie Hart. She is a YouTube specialist. How many videos, Maddie, do you have on YouTube now?
About 54.
You can tell she has it now. She's starting to get the feminist message. You can see it change them over time. It's crazy, man.
I paid her mom millions of dollars
Wild.
in alimony, child support, put hundreds of thousands of dollars into the kids' college funds, paid for their health insurance, of course, and out-of-pocket medical costs, as I should have.
I'm showing you
The
this.
result was that the kids were able to live in a wealthy suburb of Chicago.
I'm showing you this because he tells you where he draws the line. This is really why I'm showing you this.
Attend top colleges and pursue very good careers. Maddie graduated from Northwestern University in 2021. She asked me for $5,000 to help get her set up in Los Angeles, which I agreed to against my better judgment. In addition, her mom and I bought her a used car, a Ford Fiesta. I also co-signed a lease for her on her apartment. The girls didn't want to validate my wife, Wanda. We've been married since 2006. So the girls did not want to come over to the house, even though we were just down the street. It was a solidarity thing with Mom. Teenage girls can be absolutely brutal, by the way, especially on divorced dads. If you're a divorced dad with young girls, get ready for a rough ride.
This is why I show you
My
guys
only
this.
advice to you, be patient. But also, she had broken up with her boyfriend around this time. She said she needed to go to grief counseling and therapy. She and her mom
Of course.
wanted me to pay for that, too. That's where I drew the line. Counseling and psychology today are completely dominated by far-left female wokesters.
He's right.
Almost no males in that profession.
And they're
So no
they're
doubt
almost
her
dumb.
would be telling her
Like,
the problem was her dad. The left
if you guys want to see the biggest psychology and psychiatry blunder of all time, it happened right here in my city, Columbus, Ohio. Go watch on Netflix the Billy Milligan case, and look how gullible and dumb these psychologists are. They're basically philosophers. They make guesses about something and then consider it law and put it in a DSM-5 book, and now it's a diagnosis. This dude got off of 3 words, and convinced these people that he had 24 personalities. They had him paint the personality. So he painted this picture of like 14 people that are all supposed to be inside of him. The most ridiculous trash ever. And this dude had the mainstream psychiatrist, all the best in the world, convinced that he had this disorder where he had 24 different people inside of his head. And he got off. Guess what happened? He ended up getting off of the R words, all 3 of them, led back out on the street, and then he goes and kills somebody else, of course. Because he was faking it the whole time, and these idiot psychologists couldn't figure it out. Morons, man. Anybody with eyes to see that watches that show can be like, this dude is faking it so bad. There is, and it's obvious to everybody. The psychiatrist is like putting her hand on his arm and talking to him, and it was hard to watch, is what it was. And it's really the reason why I quit. I was going to go to school to be a psychologist, and I quit because I realized that these people are crackpots, man. They have no idea what they're talking about most of the time. Like, they're basically philosophers, like I said.
The thing I wanted to pay for was more brainwashing against her dad,
Right,
and against men in general. So I guess these were the medical bills that I was refusing to cover.
This is why there are people that say don't go to a female therapist.
Financial sense anymore for males to get married. It's financial suicide for males to get married today because of the way the legal system is set up.
I'm just glad
The big winners in divorce are the divorce lawyers. Yes, Maddie was brainwashed against.
I'm just glad somebody besides me is saying it, and somebody older in their 60s. You know, it's good that you guys can hear it from other people how broken the system is right now.
Her dad by her mom for 19 years. That's true, and this happens in most divorces. In a divorce situation, the mother is the one who really ends up raising the kids.
Yep,
Then the dad
she's got
ends up
all the
providing
leverage.
The money. That's how it works.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the mom, the ex-wife, is with the kids almost the entire time, dumping all over the dad, the ex-husband.
$18,000 a
in
month.
every divorce that I've seen. But now there's this other element. The kids are also being brainwashed into.
Why would she watch? Why would she possibly need $18,000 a month for a divorce? And there's people that wonder why men don't want to get married. Like, I don't get it, man.
To leftist woke insanity by the schools, starting in kindergarten, all the way through college and grad school.
Yep.
Girls in school are taught to hate men.
Yep.
See themselves as victims of the so-called patriarchy. I love Maddie to pieces. I love all my kids. And that's really all I have to say.
So he makes a lot of really interesting points there, and why it rang to me as true is because he's talking about teenage girls, and he's exactly right. I'm one of 3 sisters. We're all a year and a half apart, and it is absolutely true that teenage girls are incredibly difficult, and you can imagine how that relationship might be complicated.
Especially when they got
getting remarried.
Especially when they got a radical feminist mother in their ear nonstop, telling them about the patriarchy and how they've been oppressed their whole life. And oh my God, man, it's disgusting. I don't even know what else to say. I'm gone, you guys. Listen, these videos, they go straight to the YouTube shadow realm as in the toxic masculinity category, because there's no such thing as healthy masculinity. So I need you guys to subscribe and like and stuff to really for these videos really to go anywhere. I appreciate you guys. Thanks.